There's a powerful story behind Kookaburra Kids, one rooted in resilience, passion, and a drive to help children facing the challenges of family mental illness. It all began with one woman's personal journey.
I was a carer for my mum as long as I could remember when I was a child. She was diagnosed as a schizophrenic with bipolar tendencies. The stigma was pretty big. A lot of people just put their head down, and so relations, nobody talked about it, and I didn't understand what was happening. My mum, when I was quite young, would have the psychotic episodes, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand it, but I knew how to ring the police, and they would come and take her away in a paddy wagon, and that was pretty sad. And then quite often there was nobody there. My dad would take off, so I learnt to be tough and resilient. As I grew up a bit, I started reading, learning, listening, and just thinking, there has to be some support for these kids. There has to be a support so they don't feel alone. I had a vision to get support for these kids. I had a passion and I had determination. And I thought, I'm going to do everything I can to make this work. To firstly get it off the ground, get the word out there, and eventually it did.
And so, in 2002, Camp Kookaburra was born, providing thousands of young Aussies aged 8 to 18 with clinically designed mental health education within a fun recreational setting.
I said, we need a name. This is very early. We need a name. We need a happy name, a joyous name. What's happy? I don't know what's happy. Maybe an animal, a kangaroo or something. And this one lady, Janice Nair, she said, Kookaburra's a happy bird. So I said, yeah, that was it. It was Camp Kookaburra. I just hope it keeps growing. If we could get more funding for the core kids and just keep getting it out there. Any which way, I'll come and advocate anywhere, anytime, because I have seen it make such a difference in kids' life.
In 2008, Dianne was named New South Wales Woman of the Year for her work with young people impacted by family mental illness.
When they announced my name, all I could think of is, wow, the platform. We've got a platform to speak. They're going to listen. I actually got up on the podium and I cried because I just thought, finally, we'll get people to listen now.
Sydney mum of 3, Jo Fickle, is a huge advocate for Kookaburra Kids after her own kids were greatly impacted by her mental health challenges.
They saw me cry so many times. They saw me struggle. They saw me depressed. They saw me anxious. They saw me in tears. And in the first few months, they'd ask what's wrong. And then they learned no longer to ask because that was the new norm, which was really sad. You could tell they were really low. They were really down. They were confused. They'd lost a mum in a sense. I was physically there, but mentally not. They weren't able to find anyone to talk to. They started seeing a psychologist, but yet, they couldn't really connect with anyone. I was looking on Facebook just one day and an ad came up for Kookaburra Kids, and it was like, wow, this is what I've been looking for my children. I was like, that is exactly what my children need. It was exactly what they needed. Just to break down that stigma of mental health. They have fun, they have respite, that they have their activity days, they look forward to camps. So it then took me a step back. Then they also got a chance to learn about mental health and then got to learn that it wasn't their fault and that they weren't to blame. We're forever grateful for Kookaburra Kids and the support they have provided for my children.
Your support helps children thrive beyond the impacts of family mental illness. Together, we can give thousands of more Aussie kids free access to our mental health literacy, help-seeking support and fun activity programs. Donate today and become a mental health hero.
Become a mental health hero.
Become a mental health hero.